Hello. We are starting a Unit 7 reading assignment. We will be having a Unit 7 reading test coming up. And this reading focus will be on paired text. And these particular paired texts are informational text. So when we think about informational, remember it's text that gives us information. It's text that provides us with truthful things, real concepts. Now, when we talk about paired passages, a paired passage would be passages that are connected in some way. You will have questions about each individual passage first, and then you need to make sure that you refer to the correct passage to answer these questions. That's the trick with paired passages. And then you will have questions about both passages, so compare and contrast kind of thing. And you need to make sure that you use evidence from both passages to answer your paired passages when you're talking about both of them. You will have to read both passages first, sort of to get the overall big meaning. Then you will explain the connection between the two passages. You need to analyze the similarities and differences between the two. And then make sure you're careful to determine the answers to the questions. Our two passages that you will read and then choose the best answer for each question are called Robots on the Reef and Something Fishy. Robots on the Reef is a story. It starts off with talking about in the waters off the western coast of Scotland. There's a reef-forming coral. It's home to thousands of types of fishes. And then you go on and the thing about informational text, there are usually images to go along with what you are reading. Make sure you read each of the paragraphs carefully to get the details. Usually with informational text, there's a lot of different information. The vocabulary is a little higher, so pay attention to things like that. And then when you finish reading the Robots on the Reef, and you've gone through and you've reached the end, then you will go ahead and read the second paired passage, which is Something Fishy. So you can see there is obviously some connection because the reef has fish, and then this happens to be about China's Three Gorges Dam. It's the largest hydroelectric dam in the world. It was built to produce electricity and limit downstream floods. And it goes on, it talks about the dam, while deemed a technological success, has been criticized for the negative impact it's had on the local ecosystem. And the dam is located in the Yangtze River, one of the most important rivers in China, famed for its diverse wildlife. So there will be a connection between these two passages. You'll go ahead and finish reading, paying attention. Obviously, if there are maps and things like that, you can expect there will probably be a question regarding the map. Also pay attention to again, the vocabulary and the process, and if it mentions certain people, just pay attention to the important parts. So when you reach the end of both passages, then it will have you answer questions. So it says, on this particular type of question, use something fishy. Well, I'm on the wrong question here. Oh, hang on. These got out of order somehow. So we're going to start with question 1, Robots on the Reef. So that's why we have to identify these carefully. And then Robots on the Reef and Robots on the Reef. And then this one would be for Something Fishy and Something Fishy. And then we have the comparison of both Robots on the Reef and Something Fishy to answer. And notice most of the questions with the paired passages contrast and compare. And then we have more comparisons. They'll show you passages and say both of these. Look for words like both. And then here we look for words like how are they similar? And on this one, how are they different? So pay attention to those clues. The difference, so you're looking at the contrast here. And then on this one, we're looking at in both selections. So pay attention to those clues so you can wrap your brain around what the question is asking. When you are finished with all of the questions, you're going to go to Canvas to turn in this assignment for a daily grade. And then You'll find a quiz in Canvas over these questions, and you may use this Google Slide to take the quiz and turn it in. And as always, thank you for your detail to this and your great work. And again, this is a test review for Unit 7 reading.